This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the first storytellers whose land we are recording on today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We would like to pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge them and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples whose culture lives on today in Naarm, the city Melbourne. Theirs is the oldest in the world and their sovereignty was never ceded.
I mean, I was just standing there, but then I just...
Everyone, I know it's been very confusing, and so we're here to make sense of all of this. Now, while I was busy chasing the dragon on very, very official captain's business, can anyone tell me what the heck happened?
I saw a puffin fly and it winked at me.
Well, I was just standing in the crowd waiting to throw my cabbage, and then all of a sudden...
I got hit in the face with a pickle.
It came out of the ocean, the size of a whale shark.
I hate the smell of pickles.
They were trying to sell me pickles and I didn't want any. I just said, no, I'm not giving you
Hey, what's
$2
wrong
for your
with pickles?
Tentacles the size of a log.
Is there really gas on that island?
Sure, I saw a dragon. It's in my basement, too.
I think there's gas on the island. I think there's gas over here. What are we talking about?
I think old man Bowman was throwing something dumb.
Those waterbenders stole my left shoe.
That's right. I did see him steal his left shoe.
All of them.
There were lots of potatoes lying on the ground.
I've been telling those guys to fix that gas leak for months.
I swear that old man had something to do with it.
You stole our rowboat.
There was a dragon and it had 8 wings and it breathed purple fire and it ate my mom. But
It was
better.
blue fire, fool.
It was purple fire.
I think we can all agree, everybody, that no one knows quite what happened, and as a result, I recommend that we forget this ever happened. And if anyone asks, if anyone asks, those Water Tribe members are gone.
Yeah.
Dead in the water.
What about my shoe?
Hello, all you baddies, benders, and babes, and welcome back to the Book of War, an Avatar Legends real play. The story of 4 runaways seeking the Book of War in a world without the Avatar. My name is Jesse Thomas, and I play your favorite earthy boy, Mini Fang Jr. the third.
Oh my goodness.
Min Fang, the Foundling, he, him, a repressed runaway lava bender from the Earth Kingdom who found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets. I don't have a Banji fact. I don't have a Banji fact.
Can you give me one?
Banji couldn't firebend until he was 3 months old.
Cool.
Which is far too early. Banji was a very early firebender. There you go. There's your Banji fact.
Nice.
My Jesse fact is that I think I ripped open the skin on the corner of my eye because this morning I was really tired and I was rolling my eyes and I tried to open my eyes and force them open and I did it in the edge of my eye.
Don't touch it though, please.
And then it really stung for like a second. Ouch. And then I looked in the mirror and it was red in the corner and I think I literally just like the bit where your eye finishes and closes on the edge, but near your nose. I think I ripped that open further.
People listening at home, when Jesse suggested his fact for today, I had no idea it was going to be that graphic, and I apologize on behalf of everyone here.
I did ask.
We got to put a content warning.
Yes. Hi, I'm traumatized. My name's Lucas. I play Tomo, the hammer, he, him, a combustion bender freed from his past demons and ready to unleash his full power to right all the wrongs in the world and to protect his newfound family. Tomo fact, I have my tonfas back. And they have been such a sorely missed part of me, which I didn't actually realize they were gone until Ash mentioned. But Tomo's tonfas are very special to him. They have this very unique color to them. The metal one is distinctly lighter than the other. And to match that, there are these engravings which it's not exactly yin yang, but they both have very distinct personalities.
One says kick, the other says ass.
Well, you know what? There are words inscribed onto them, and there are reasons why there's words inscribed onto them. Yes, I won't tell you what the words are, but I will say that Tomo's tonfas weren't given to him. Tomo took them from someone.
Oh,
that's spicy.
So you can't be mad at Yanni then, is what I'm hearing.
What goes around comes around, I suppose. Like tonfas.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel, and I play Nuro, the Destined, they, she, he, a child from the strange and mystical foggy swamp, once a lone wanderer and now part of a pack. Nuro finds themselves navigating a world more strange and complex than they ever knew. But the further they get from the swamp, the shadow grows bigger.
I like that gets more dramatic every time.
Yeah.
I really like
Of
it.
course. I don't have a Nuro fact. I have a Georgie fact. I got a water pick to clean, like, instead of flossing. I feel like a
I thought you
waterbender.
meant like you were picking a war with someone. Like,
A water pick.
I have a water pick.
Yeah.
I got a water pick with you. Yeah, no. No, I got a water pick.
right. And are you pretending that you're waterbending when you do
waterbender.
it? Yes.
And it's really funny because they warn you, like, put it in your mouth before you start it. I did not. It went everywhere.
Did you hurt your eye in the process?
And then, like, I realized that the water wasn't going into the sink. It was just going to the floor underneath me. I don't know, it's a strong learning curve. But my teeth feel very clean.
But Nuro, what about the condensation?
Condensation.
All right. So I think we need some merchandise, which is
Yeah, I want to.
Nero's waterbending
I want to
picks.
sponsor with Colgate. We'll make a water pick.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ted Darling, and I play Banji the Guardian, he, him, a runaway from the Fire Nation army who now fights to safeguard a future amidst the chaos of war for the vulnerable, for his family, and maybe even for himself. My Banji fact for today, I'm not going to use the one that Minh Fang gave me, which
That's
is
fair.
It was great. I often say that Banji can't swim, and he can't really swim that well, but he wouldn't drown if you throw him in. He'd be able to kind of keep his head above water, but he discovered that when he was trying to chase his friendly, not really a pet, but iguana seal, hanging out with his iguana seal friend.
Just so you know, for the entire upcoming arc, I have no mention of this iguana seal. So
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally chill. That's if
Was
you wanna-
it? Is it a buoyancy issue?
Maybe. He's just so trim. Toned.
Hello, my name is Ash. I'm the Grandmaster of the White Lotus. It is an absolute pleasure to be here on the grounds that for the last however long I have been a little bit unwell. You might hear that in my voice, and you might hear that in any character voices that I do for the rest of this particular episode. So I apologize if things don't quite sound the same way they normally do. It's nothing personal. I still love you. But that is the breaks, as they say.
Bet you say that to all the podcast listeners.
Jesse, roll the music. So to very, very quickly summarize the previous shenanigans you all got up to, there were pirates, there was gas, there were talking pufferflies, there were dragons, there were there were water tribe members that you have managed to, with the aid of a White Lotus member named Ava, you have successfully gotten them off the island and further away. You now have at least some contingency of waterbenders currently on the ship. There's plenty of room on the ship. Don't feel like it's now really, really cramped and settled. I also like to think that at some point, Hikaru just sort of, flew back in. I think he's figured out whatever latch it is that opens up the door so he can now get in and out himself.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Can we get a baby gate for that thing?
Stirling the pot. I need more methods to create that little bit of extra chaos that Sterling has.
Gave that up when I lost Nuro.
You can always tell where he is if you roll good on your protector's burden.
True.
But yes, you managed to get a ways away from this particular island. You know that you are safe, and currently you are talking with what appears to be the leaders of this water tribe mob. What to do?
So, Daj, what part of the water tribes are you from, bro? Where you call home?
We spent a bit of time. I spent my entire life in the Northern Water Tribes. That's.
Oh, really? Whereabouts did you live?
This seems like a trap.
No, it's just friendly banter. I also lived in the Northern Water Tribes.
Oh, okay. That's. Wait a second. What's your name?
Minh Fang.
You're Yuka's boy, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, the hair is very similar in color. Like, he's a little bit unique. I don't think he's from there, but we've met before.
Have we?
Yeah, I was about 2 years above you in the academy. I remember you coming in because you joined months later. You came from elsewhere.
I never really paid much attention in school. I kind of kept a low profile, because I, earthy boy. So
yeah, I mean, we all just thought you were a bit weird. So, and you get the others being like, "Hey, yeah, that is that one kid." Yeah,
We thought Minh Fang was weird as well.
hey, great! I thought it was just me. Oh, I mean, just us. Turns out that we were all right. I mean, you're all right, man. You're all right.
I mean, I try to be. I think I was going to get bullied today, but here we go. Back at school. Let's get it. And I make a stance at him, like, I'll fight you.
And you see very, very rapidly out from the side of the boat, a wash of water just comes and like slaps your hand away, and it just in one smooth arc flies from one side of the boat, knocks the hand out, and goes back down.
All right.
It's just like, hey, I still got tricks. You can't stop me like that.
Right. Well, fun and games aside, everybody, I think that, there isn't a lot of room on this ship. Is there anywhere that we can take you to drop you off? Or,
Look, to be real, we got to thank you guys for saving us. Like, we really do. That was not a great position to be in. But when they said that we were trying to sabotage boats, and we said, no, we're not doing that. No, we were. We absolutely were. And our vessels are gone. Obviously, we're very, very far from home, fish out of water, you might say. But look, there's something much more important than that. Minh, your dad has been an inspiration to a lot of us lately. For the last, I don't know, 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't know. He's been nonstop, man. He's been trying to make sure that everyone is doing well during the war. It's hard, and he's been a real inspiration to a lot of us younger people to get out there and make a difference. So we've got. Look, I'm not saying we're secret agents or anything, but we got spies in a few different places that are keeping an eye on stuff, and I got news to tell you.
He's sort of looking a bit strangely to his friends, what are they doing?
Yeah, we're all looking around like, what?
Look, I don't know if this is your fight or not, but we may need your help. We've managed to sink 2 of 3 new prototype warships that they're making. These things are huge. They have room for about 4 trebuchets sitting on the deck. We don't even know how many crew members they can possibly have. So we've been trying to take them out while they're at skeleton crews, just while they're testing them, see if we can sink them. Maybe they won't view them as worthwhile Navy vessels, and we take it from there. But
I think you've come to the right place. Minh's really good at sinking boats.
I thought so.
Yeah, I sort of looked at Tomo and I'm like, well, I mean, I think this is really kind of your kind of op, man, Tomo. You're really good at this sort of stuff, and I don't want to step on Banji's toes. He's in command at the moment. We have a rotating, who's in charge sort of roster thing.
Hey, man, these guys trust you.
Yeah, he's slings his arm around your shoulder and is just like, if you're anything like your old man, I know you can sink a boat just with your words alone,
I mean, Minh Fang, you sank this boat.
Yeah, but
you sank this boat? That's amazing.
Well, I sunk boats before.
There you go. We found the right person with it, and all the waterbenders cheer and yell.
I sort of look looking to Tomo, help me.
Tomo has spent this time sort of studying our new friends, and I want to get a sense are these warriors or are they kids?
It's a combination of both.
Yeah.
They're not well-trained warriors. If we flash to the actual cartoon, these types of kids could definitely invade a Commander Zhao's warboat, but then probably wouldn't be able to finish carrying out the attack. So they've got some. You get the sense that they've got some skills, and they did manage to sink 2 of the boats they were talking about, but also they got caught and didn't have a lot of ways out. So,
Friends, Daj, you are very brave. You and your friends. Fighting far from home, fighting against impossible odds. We admire that. But you got caught. And we are a lifeline for you. If something happens to us, you will have no lifelines left. And there's no one looking out for us either. It's a big risk you're asking of us.
Not to be beat around the bush about it, but we also have a mission that we're doing that's pretty important. Not that we can talk about it, but
Yeah, we got somewhere to be, fellas.
so maybe if you could I give us a wry smile, sweeten the deal a little bit. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. Perhaps maybe I don't know, treasure or cool info or some. I don't know, maybe
Waterbending technique.
Yeah, teach the we got a waterbender from the foggy
there.
swamp.
I mean, we can. We're not teachers, and we can try. But I mean, well, how about this? If you help us sink this boat, we'll hang out with you guys and help you do whatever it is you need to do. I mean, surely if you're currently on the ocean and you've got one waterbender that needs a little bit extra help, maybe some extra ones. Hey, it doesn't hurt to have a crew, right?
Actually, a lot of he's like, I'd like to confer with us for a moment. If you could just give us a second.
Yeah. We're on your time. It's fine.
Actually, before we break off, Dad, show us on the map. Where would you like us to go? Ideally.
So as you pull out the map, he says, well, we're currently here, and you realize that you're very, very close to the sort of center of the map. You're only a couple of islands in. If you're looking at Fire Nation territory, you're very, very close. Now, we know that Caledon is at the very far side, the very far north side. And he indicates the boat is on the way. He's like, yeah, so our information says it's somewhere around here.
All right, we'll have a quick chat in my room, and then we'll let you know. Just chill out, hang out on deck. Don't go to the engine room.
Yeah, don't go in the engine room.
Oh, because the dragon's taking up all that space?
Yeah, and he might eat you.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to go. No chance of that. All right, lads, you all heard the nice people don't get eaten by a dragon.
Cool. All right. I'm like, I don't know what these guys know about my dad and me, but
They seem to know a lot about you, Minh.
which is weird, right?
Very weird.
I'm uncomfortable.
You're famous, Minh.
No,
Yeah, your dad sounds really important.
Dad's whatever. He's a spiritual advisor.
Oh,
Or maybe
we should get him on this boat. We could use one of those.
Dad's busy. Clearly he's important to the north at the moment. So I don't know. We can chill out there. That's fine. Banji, this is your rodeo, bro. So
Well, look.
Rodeo, I like it.
I mean, obviously, I'm in a hurry to get back to my island to make sure my family's okay. But this seems like it's on the way, and these ships sound quite horrible, and I wouldn't want to inflict that on anyone in the world, especially the Northern Water Tribe. So, I mean, it's on the way. I think we could maybe help them, and if we don't, I think they'd probably get into more trouble.
yeah.
I mean, we could help them by keeping them out of trouble.
But I mean, where would we take them?
Looking at the map, you realize that there is no safe haven for them anywhere.
And we are going further into the Fire Nation, so it's better that they're with us and than us having to go save them somewhere else.
I mean, we could even give the ship to them. They seem like sailors. They might be able to take it to the Northern Water Tribe.
Banji, if you want us to be riding around on Hikaru all the time again.
No, sorry, not this ship. The one they want to sink. We could take it off the Fire Nation and give it to them.
And
Ooh, that's a...
And then
if it's as big as they say it is, it may take more than just the group of them to sail it.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them, right?
I'm closer to 10.
10.
10.
Oh, that changes everything.
I mean, we sail this by ourselves.
Yes, but that's because it's powered by a dragon.
That's true.
The sails are for show. They're just to slow us down.
I think that's the first time Ted hasn't gone, it's true. I am on this ship.
Look,
No, but maybe you do have a point. Maybe not that ship, but maybe another ship. They say it's in some sort of a yard, a shipyard.
something like that.
I guess we can.
And truth be told, on the ocean, 10 waterbenders, that's a lot of firepower.
Look, it's on the way. I guess at the very least we can cautiously scout it out before we commit.
Now,
Maybe we'll look at
to
it
be
and then
fair,
we'll decide.
to be fair, I just need to interject for a second. They're not all waterbenders. Some of them you see have their weapons that they managed to pick up from the thing.
Well, how many are waterbenders?
We'll say it's right in the middle. 5 waterbenders, 5 warriors.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, there's no harm in looking. We can make... And Banji, I'm happy to defer to you in the moment.
I think I'm okay with doing things on the way if it's going to help people.
Great. And no one talk about the book to any of them.
What book?
Well, the Book of War. It's the thing you're out.
Arturo.
Tomo just gives like a curt nod, but then he tells the Banji, last time we followed the vision, we got to make sure just in time, Banji. Like, are you sure you want us to even consider pausing for this?
Well, you say that, Tomo, but what if us doing this means that we do arrive at the right time?
Also,
Perhaps.
as FANG has said quite often, I made my choice, and I need to live with that whatever I arrive to. We need to help these people.
All right.
Well, if you trust them.
FANG?
I just met them, but, like, they know my dad, and that makes them seem to like me. So, I mean, I guess I like them.
They're young and enthusiastic. I don't know if I'd trust them in battle, but I would trust them as friends.
I saw them flinging those pickles around. I don't know.
Look, I'm in.
Banji puts his hand in, his like scarred hand. Are we doing this?
You want to do this? You want to do the hands in?
Of course.
Yep.
We're a team, aren't we?
It's so many. Ara needs puts his hand in.
Yep, Tomo puts his hand in.
And Nuro just really slowly raises their hand and slaps it down on top of everyone else's.
It's funny because you didn't realize that Arturo was about to jump on, and so the slap comes, and then he lands. I was like, whoa, boy, that could have wait. Hey. All right. Quick question: am I squawking or am I talking?
Well, it seems that people. It's down to an individual whether they can see spirits or not. So, I mean, if any of them acknowledge you, talk to them. But otherwise, I don't think if they don't seem like they see you, then I guess they can't. I don't know.
Just don't talk about the book, Arturo.
Yeah, of course. What book? See, I got it.
You got it.
Because what you're talking about is the Book of War, which is the thing
Please
that you're
stop.
after, and we're not going to
Please
talk about
stop.
that.
Right, well, we're wasting daylight. Let's go. Right, Daj, we've had a conversation and we've decided that, yes, we will help you.
Hey, that's so great. I cannot express how great of a help you're going to be to the world. Like, not even just the Water Nation tribe people. I don't know what you call them with your... I mean, you're a firebender, right? It's weird, but
I am.
Yeah, but that's okay. Hey, we're all here for a good time, right? Yeah, let's go take things down.
Now, talk to me exactly about how you got caught last time.
Well, with the first one, we did okay. We took it down while it was still in the shipyard. When they launched, we had a little bit of panic, so they launched the other two at about the time that we were infiltrating. And we managed to sink that one. But we ended up in the drink, and so we didn't have a lot of choice when we were there for a few hours, and they came and scooped us up into boats. Yeah.
Well, if it's where it's accurate on the map, it'll probably take us about a day of sailing to get there. I better get started with the engine. Why don't you talk to Tomo about some, I don't know, special operative stuff? You seem to be great at getting in places you're not supposed to, Tomo.
I am, but run me through the particulars, Daj.
Yeah, okay. And
Do you have a map or anything of the location?
Well, he says, He says, once it's at sail, we don't. We know that they're going to be testing it in these waters because they're away from other places. I'm going to assume that they're attacking some of the land masses a little bit further north that aren't specifically Fire Nation, but they're going to be well away from anywhere that any other nation could try and attack them. That's why we thought we were being really clever.
I think at this, like, listening to them talk it out, I think whoever's closest, maybe Minh, I just yank on your sleeve to get you closer to my level. And I'm like, I could just save us some time, find where the boat is with this.
Oh, look, let's keep the spirit stuff on the down low for now. Because also, like, save your juice. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what's coming, all right? We might need it to just use it on the ship.
Yeah, spirit juice is delicious. You gotta.
It really is.
It really is very good.
You don't eat, sir.
Yeah, I eat spirit juice. It's great.
It really is.
Have you never tried it?
No. Why would I? Why? I'm not drinking the juice of a spirit.
Just you're not the juice of a spirit. Oh,
I'm just saying
ask your dad.
I'm just saying I could save us some time.
I appreciate that, Nuro, but
I wonder if this. So, Dad, are you saying that you know where the ship's going to be, so we could possibly set up an ambush of some kind?
We know roughly where it's going to be. There's no guarantees, but
That's okay. We've got Nuro here who can pinpoint where the boat will be.
oh, really? That sounds amazing.
Admin's like making it like slash.
Tomo,
Maybe-
Nuro is just grinning.
I mean, you want to learn stuff from us. I mean, it sounds like your navigation skills are second to none.
Oh, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe.
No, you wouldn't.
So maybe, yeah, no, we will. If it's needed, the kid can jump in. We trust them. Your intel, that's fine. Yeah, I acknowledge that this is now weird, right? Yeah, cool.
The boat starts moving because Banji's downstairs shooting fire into the engine.
And I think that they start with it going like, wow, this is the first time we've been like really on one of these things. Like we went on the big one, but you don't feel it quite the same way. This is, and mostly the waterbenders, like of the group, are like, whoa, this is different.
perhaps you can show us how you took it down. Like, how did you sink it?
So it turns out that if you put holes in boats, they tend to go down. It's really great.
Yeah. Seen that happen a few times.
No, specifically what we've been doing is we've been trying to create enough of a hole that we can then get our waterbenders to try and put more in there. And then we freeze that water down. It creates almost like what do you call it? Like an explosion on the inside, but with ice instead of fire. And it ruptures the general hull. It's a really effective way, but you've got to do it from just the right point in the ship, or else it doesn't work.
Right. Okay. Well, we should be able to do that, but we're going to need eyes on the ship before we really understand the scope of this.
And that's why we've got the super navigator, and he like finger guns at Nuro.
Finger guns back.
Hey!
Also,
But then also just like looks really worriedly at Minh and Tomo.
Minh just puts his hands up like, we'll do whatever.
No, look, that's very clever, but every time you play your tiles in Pike's show, that lets your opponent know what you're going to do. They may counterplay you this time.
Yeah.
But at the very least, we should go to this location, prepare an ambush of some kind.
Yeah, okay. Hey, real quick, is there anywhere we can catch some Z's? We have been at it for a while now. And
Yeah,
a bit of
there's
rest
like
would be really good.
There's like a big like area for like with like a bunch of hammocks and bunks and stuff.
Oh yeah,
So I'll show you.
We don't need much. Yeah.
Right. I take him downstairs to like the crew quarters that is empty because there's only 4 of us.
Tomo, you see a flamingo ray flying towards you with something in its beak or bill, whatever it has. I'm not entirely certain. Mouth, maybe. Someone else can draw that one. That's not for me. And it lands in between you, Tomo, and you, Nuro.
Duh. Well, hello there. Nuro reaches out to pat it.
Yeah, it just sort of looks at you and makes a weird noise. You see a scroll in its mouth.
I don't just go and grab it. Nuro doesn't just grab it. I I think they put their hand out and they can I please have that, Mr. Mingo Ray? Thank you. All right, I'll just have a look at this.
It is some kind of writing.
I can't read.
Over here, Nuro.
Here you go, Tomo.
Thank you. And Tomo unfurls the scroll, and what do we got?
It says, Tomo, in this pouch.
Wait, it's addressed to me.
It's addressed to you.
Oh, right.
Tomo,
What does it say, Tomo?
in this pouch, I have found a piece of meat that tastes like a vegetable. I thought you might like it. Signed, Boomy.
What does it say?
Tomo.
And you realize at the very bottom there is like this little sort of envelope style pouch.
Yep. Tomo smiles and pulls out the pouch and open. What's the flamingo ray looking like at the moment?
It's just sort of standing around looking. I think that it's looking at Arturo, trying to figure out what Arturo is, like cocking its head and being like, "Burr."
Okay, so it's not distress or anything like that. Okay,
No.
fine, it's good. So Tomo's gonna open up this the pouch. What have I got?
You see another scroll. And it says, sorry for the subterfuge, but I wanted to make sure that Banji wasn't interested and that Nuro wasn't interested.
Is that a tiny scroll?
It's
Inside the other scroll?
it's a recipe, Nuro. Boomy sent me a recipe for one of his rock candy crushed cakes.
I can't tell you how to avoid Minh Fang. I assume he's reading this over your shoulder, so I'll try and keep this brief.
Hey, guys. So what, this from Boomy?
Yeah.
That issue we've discussed about the shiny boys, it turns out that they may have a facility on Shinsam Big Island. I'm sending some people there as we speak, and we'll find out everything we need to know. Don't worry, Tomo, everything's in good hands, or my name isn't Boomy. It actually is written.
Yep. Nuro, I lied to you. I'm sorry, this is not a recipe from Boomy, but it is from Boomy, Minh Fang. He is just telling us that he has just discovered about the secret lab on Chinsam Island. So he is a few steps behind us, it would seem.
That's probably for the best, truth be told.
So, what? Did you write to him first, Tomo?
Yeah, well, you know where our focus now is the Book of War and all these, but I can't think about those other kids and those other labs out there. So I was hoping Boomy would be able to help in this regard.
I think, Nuro takes that very seriously and then just walks up to you and holds out their pinky and is like, Tomo, I promise you, as soon as we're finished with the Book of War, I will help you find those kids. I won't stop until we find those kids.
Tomo takes out his hand and, basically it's so much bigger than Nuro.
Yeah, you could probably like lift me up.
Yeah, pretty much. And he pinkies promises you.
Yeah, great. It's sailed.
I watch this happen and like sort of behind Nuro, I like make eye contact with Tomo just because it's like, well, we all agreed we were going to get them home. So just like that's sort of what he's looking at you like. Just remember when we said that you know what I mean?
Faster than you can react, Tomo's hand reaches up to your shoulder and then pulls you in for a hug.
As that turnaround happens, you see Dad is actually like hands up, like because you turned around to do this.
Yeah.
You see Dad just got his hands up, like backing up, like he's just heard something he wasn't meant to. He's like, I'm not here. I'm not here.
But you are here, Dad.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
I think Nuro's suddenly behind him, like closing the door.
No, it's more just like he gets the impression that whatever you just said was a big old secret, and he doesn't have any context whatsoever, and he doesn't want the context. He's just trying to back away.
I think new Tomo would just sort of just nod and appreciate that he's respecting the privacy.
Interesting. Instead of
Straight murder.
Yeah.
So Tomo rolls up the scroll and could you give this to the Hikaru to just burn? I guess there's no need to keep this around. There's no actual meat in it or anything like that, is there?
No, there's no meat. There's no meat that tastes like a vegetable.
Yeah,
that
was a ruse, Tomo, and it worked perfectly. Nuro had no idea what was written in this scroll.
That's right. Yeah.
Nuro will take it for you and go see. Just go to the engine room.
We flash over to Omashu, and he's just sitting there, like twirling a feather, being like, "I am a genius." Yeah, you head on down, and Banji's working the billows as it is.
Yeah, I think Banji's in there, and I'd like to think that he's just sort of doing like general firebending forms, but then I think some of the waterbenders or like non-benders have come to watch. And as he does, he's sort of like putting on a little bit of a show, like a little bit of flourish and trying to impress them a little bit. Because these are all kind of like young adults, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of like...
I also think it's the first time a lot of them have actually seen firebending.
Yeah.
Certainly not coming at them. Yeah. I think that there are a little bit of a oohs and ahs. And there's one particular flourish you do, like a little overhand. Zuko does it at some point, the little overhead fist shoot. And they're all like... Ooh.
And like Banji wears a vest when he's firebending into the thing, and so it's like he's all dirty and sooty and sweaty and just hot. And he's trying to impress these
I think it's working. These impressionable teenagers are impressed. The day passes, and the water tribe get their rest. You all do yourself a bit of a recovery. If you have any fatigue whatsoever, mark it off. It is
Hell yeah.
nice.
It is a nice, easy cruise, and it's sometime at night. We are in the early hours of the morning, I'll say, before the sun has come up. Maybe there's a little bit of sunlight beginning to peek on through, and you see the unmistakable flame on the distance, which is a Fire Nation vessel. That is powered by coal and has its own furnace.
Oh, Bog, did we find it? Is that it over there?
That's it over there. Yeah. See? No need for your pathfinding abilities.
Exceptional navigation skills, I believe they said.
Well, either way. No need for them. So we're in the clear.
So do we billow out smoke as well? Because we're fire powered.
When you use Dragonfire, it burns so clear in a blue that it's you can't really see it. Only when the sky is sort of red, so early morning or when the sun is setting, it stands out. Outside of that, you can't see it.
Okay. So like, how close can we reasonably get to the ship before we're spotted? Like, would we have an idea of that?
You could potentially get relatively close, but you don't know how close. I think Dad says, it's definitely a skeleton crew compared to what it could have, but we don't know what kind of lookouts they've got. We do know that those trebuchets have range. They've got big range. So if they see you as a threat, this ship's going to get sunk.
Also, it's worth pointing out, I can't sink their ship unless they're close to shore because the water's too deep. I can't get to the ocean bed.
Yeah, right. Earthy boy. Yeah. I mean, if we can get onto that ship, we can do what we need. Like, and he points to all the rest of the water tribes. Like,
Nuro is like, hey man, and lifts the training toy with some water and starts doing like a really like fast like push and pull with it. It's like a rock thing. So I'm like, it could break the ship if we both do it.
Well,
the training toy that you made.
Yeah.
Look, I said canonically it's never going to break again. However,
With both of us, it could.
Are you suggesting that we like railgun this way through the ship? Is that what you're sort of...
Yes.
Right. I don't have any, as a player, I don't have any confidence in that working.
Just like you guys prepare and it's like and it bounces off.
Yeah, like it's not going to break. That doesn't mean it's going to pierce the vessel.
You pierced one hull, only 499 to go.
No, I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. Also, but
It's fine. It's like a dumb kid idea.
Nuro, that's a great idea. But if we did that, then like it would be gone forever. So we don't want to do that.
You're right about that. And then they just slowly bring it closer to them and hold it.
So we need a way to close the distance, and then we need to board their ship somehow, either directly or covertly. Because we're behind it, basically, right? We're not in a position to like intercept it.
You're not sure. Currently, from the distance, you know it's there. It's very hard to tell what direction it's facing.
Minfang, these Fire Nation ships usually have, I think it's called a looking glass or something. It's like something you can look through and see things.
Yeah,
from
Yanni
far
had one of those.
Yeah, is there any in your cabin? Because you've got the captain's cabin.
I actually legitimately did find one for Yanni.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nuro runs. Nuro runs to the...
I think we should wait for whatever Nuro's.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. It's probably some other toy.
Yeah, you hear a lot of rustling, elephant noise. I don't know.
No, we see a quick flash down, and it's just like, all you see is like the head bent into a giant chest, and stuff is flying everywhere.
Yeah, one of Minh's shoes. I grabbed the super, super fancy spyglass. I'm talking like the most beautiful handcrafted thing you've ever seen. And I run back up. And I hand it to, was it Banji who asked?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Hand it to Banji.
Yeah, like that. There you go.
Now, this is real special, and it's for Yanni, so if you do anything to it, I will do things to you.
I will guard it with my life, wee one.
Thank you, Banji.
And then Banji just like really unceremoniously like...
just like down, when it's going down, like it just like...
and I want to use assess the situation, please.
Yes, roll for me. Your creativity's not bad these days. It's 0, right?
Yeah, creativity 0, so that's a 6.
Can I help him?
Can we help?
Yes, yeah. You turn it from the small end.
I take the lens cap off.
No, I was going with it was the wrong way around. It's so far away, guys.
Yeah, sure.
We've still got ages to go, guys.
Banji, I pick it up.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. No, I knew that.
No, it's fine.
All right. What question would you like to ask?
What is my best way out, in, or through? What is my best way into this thing?
So based on what you can see, there's not a lot of deck activity at the moment because it's late. Mm-hmm. You can assume that any of the weapons testing that they're doing probably happens during daylight hours so they can see what impact it has. So at the moment, most of the crew is probably below deck, possibly even asleep. So you feel that if you can get onto the deck, you've got the advantage.
Right, everyone. It looks like that they're currently asleep, maybe. I think if we can get up there quick and get on the deck, we'll have this.
Well, actually, I have an idea that we can do that. If it's night, it's night, right? Like it's like, yeah. So it's probably got only a few people on the deck, right? You know, skeleton crew, all that, and it's already a small skeleton crew because they're testing. I gestured to
yeah, but we don't know exactly how many. I think that these things could hold up to 300 soldiers. I don't think it's that many right now. That's why we want to sink it.
That's okay. All right. So you, Nuro, and the other waterbenders hop in the water, get over there, and take the people out on the deck. That way, they're not going to alert the ship to a big ship incoming towards them. Just because we don't look threatening doesn't give us reason to just head for them full at full speed. So. And then we can get on the ship and do what we need. But unless we get rid of those lookouts first, we're going to be sunk pretty quick. If they have 4 trebuchets on deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all right. The trebuchets are probably using fire, so if they do shoot, I could maybe help deflect 1 or 2.
I guess we don't want them to know we're coming for them.
Exactly.
Actually, I think that they're using some sort of ammunition and they're setting it on fire.
Right, that changes things.
Okay, well, do we know what the ammunition is?
No, we never got a chance to see.
Okay, well, in
I
that case, I could, if it's possibly some sort of rock or coal that could be ignited, then I might be able to stop it. But if not, then Tomo can follow up with a thing. Don't worry about it. A thing.
Banji, Banji, do you think Hikaru would be amicable to taking a few of us, flying over that ship and dropping us onto that ship?
Quite possibly.
So that way we can quietly take out the guards.
Well, either
while the
way,
rest
we need to get rid of the lookouts first.
that's how we're going to get rid of the lookout, by approaching quickly.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how we were going to get there. It's all well and good for us to get onto that deck, but there's no rowboats, right? Like
You're all no. That's what I'm saying. You're all waterbenders, or half of you are.
that's a really far way away.
That's offensive, men.
Don't you? Oh, you know what else is offensive? Your people invading the whole world.
Fascism.
All right, fellas.
Keep it light.
It's nighttime. Hikaru can fly close to the surface of the ocean, and then just leap up at the last moment. We'll jump out from him,
Agreed.
take out whoever's up there quietly.
All right. Well, I'll stay on the. Banji and I will stay on the boat in case any fireballs do come at us, and if it's fire or rock, then we might be able to do something about it. If it's metal, we're screwed.
Just a reminder, Hikaru can probably take comfortably about 8 people.
Yep, that's fine, and we'll keep like some people here to be on the ship, I guess.
Okay, so you're saying we could all go. We could all go. There's no need for like a forward team. We could just all of us go and then keep a few people here to keep the ship moving towards it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the other thing is like we're not going to be at full steam without Hikaru, so we're not going to get there fast. So you have to succeed.
Yep.
Why don't we take the 4 of us and then 4 of the 5 waterbenders, and then 1 can stay back and defend the ship if needed.
How are they going to defend the ship
With
from-
water? I guess. But they won't get a chance to need to defend the ship because we'll take these guys out.
All right. You're all good rollers, and I appreciate that you
Yeah.
have the confidence. But this is coming from a guy that regularly rolls nat one.
I strongly appreciate this. You are absolutely planning for success.
You're doing what I used to do, which was I'll just roll a 10.
I'm
all
a
right?
bad roll boy. I was in the trenches.
That one time.
We're putting all our players in one dragon.
That's very good.
But
I will stay here and defend the ship because by the time we get there, you're still going to need help.
If we're going to do a move like that with Hikaru, I think I need to go and help pilot him.
I think my idea is that we do this quietly. We take out the guards. We do our best to not alert the rest of the ship, and then we find our way to put a hole in it without waking the rest of the crew up until we're, able to quickly get out of there. So if all goes well, we can avoid a big fight.
Right. Well, if you've got 5 waterbenders with you and you 3 getting on the deck, you can get in, make the hole, and the waterbenders can do their ice explosion thingy. And then the rest of us can pilot the ship, make sure it's on course, get there fast enough for your escape, and defend it if the trebuchets go off.
After Hikaru drops us off, I'll send him back to you.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Tomo's tactical Tomoing.
Tactical Tomo.
The all black outfit is coming back out.
Absolutely, yeah. You see the waterbenders; they've already got their their war paint on. So
Yeah. I'm staying in my Fire Nation clothes. I think I look cool.
the curse of Minh. He always thinks he looks cool. It's the hair.
Blessing and a curse, let's be honest.
Banji's still in his Fire Nation armor from the previous episode.
Fair enough. Nuro.
I think for sneaky missions, they tend to take off a lot of any kind of armor that might make a rattling noise. So yeah, they're just kind of taking off a few bits and pieces here and there to make themselves super sneaky. They still don't have shoes, so they're silent.
Can you take the beard from Old Man Nuro and make like a t-shirt balaclava thing with like, just like the beard? And then,
Yeah, I just imagine that I'm still wearing it, and then like Tomo just like grabs it off my face or something.
Whilst waiting for a moment where it's just the 4 of us, Minh Fang, if you're going to stay behind, should you have the book?
It's in Hikaru.
It is in Hikaru's mate. It doesn't have to be there. What do you think?
Oh, right. In case something goes wrong.
Yes.
Sure. Absolutely. Good idea.
We all...
You won't open it though, right?
No, why would I?
Don't read it.
I'm not going to... You've all read it. I haven't touched it, all right?
I can't even read.
None of you get to be like, don't read it, Min, when you've all read it, all right? Yeah. You go have your... Yeah.
Right. Let's go to Hikaru.
Who's going to try and convince Hikaru to take the book out of his mane?
Oh, well, we said all 4 of us need to be there, I think. If we all there...
Would he seriously eat Nuro?
Yes.
He has his orders. He's a good soldier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no. He's
All
not
right,
giving it back.
so all 4 of us go down.
Okay.
to-
And Banji just walks up and unties it, pats him down. Oh, it's all okay, begin with.
Yeah, I think he growls a little bit like, what are you doing?
It's all right.
This is one of those times where he said we might all be here to grab it. We're just in case something happens, it's just going to be on the boat.
I think he looks at you inquisitively like,
What's happening?
yeah, what are we doing
Maybe
here?
we should start with that.
Hikaru, we're going on a mission. We're going
He turns around. He immediately turns around and just flicks the handle, and the thing opens up, and he just like you see him standing like super low to the ground, and the tail starts wiggling like he's ready to pounce.
Yeah,
I love that.
amazing.
Banji climbs up into the captain's seat.
Banji, I think at about this point, you seeing his readiness and his raring to go, you get the impression that Hikaru is pretty much back to full strength.
Nice.
Like he's right up there.
Awesome. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, Nuro jumps on.
The waterbenders are sort of sitting down there like, how do we?
Oh, right. Hikaru, please put your tail down for the waterbenders.
Nice and easy, fellas.
He does, but it's still like twitching a little bit, and they're like, and they attempt to climb up.
As everyone gets up, Tomo just like looks at everybody and go quickly, quietly.
You guys will be fine. We'll be coming after you very fast.
I believe you, Min.
Be safe, everybody.
Ready for this?
Already.
Hikaru, let's mosey.
It is a sound cloud of like coal dust that's now sort of sitting. It just like flutters up.
I think maybe like everyone who's used to the speed of Hikaru is probably just like covering the mouths of like the other waterbenders. Like they're probably screaming.
This is probably as fast as that first time when he was showing off. Again, this doesn't feel like he's showing up. This just feels like he's ready to get out there and play. And the water tribe boys that are still behind. So we just put coal in this, right?
Yeah, so keep shoveling the coal, all right? Now that we're going in there, we're going to be going a little bit faster with the coal, so just keep going in, a shovel a second. Should be fine. I don't actually know now that I think hard enough.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, just put coal in there.
And so they start to do that as you walk back on deck. Is that
yes,
the plan?
I'm going back on deck, and I, as I do, I like look at the book. I'm like, huh. Does it do anything? Does it try anything with me?
You realize that you, like, in looking at the book, you've just opened the first page.
Hey, stop that! No, I close that.
I didn't realize it was that easy just to tell them, no, don't do that book.
It's all about confidence, everyone. If you say all about confidence, the DM will let you do anything.
Flashing over to the Dragon Force.
The Dragon Force. Oh yeah. I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
So are we able to talk? We can still talk while we're here, right? Like it's not going so fast that you can't talk.
It's not, but you realize you are approaching the ship at a very fast speed.
Yep. I quickly said to Dad, the last time, do you remember what lookouts were?
He says, "No, they were in full sail mode when we jumped on. So I've got no idea. What am I doing here?"
Banji, you still have the spyglass.
I don't.
See Minh looking at it like, they're going really fast.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got like 10 seconds before you are on this boat.
All right.
And he's right at that water level.
One hand on Hikaru.
The dolphin penguins are leaping up alongside you.
Yeah, one hand on Hikaru, another hand takes out a tonfa, like Tomo's getting ready to go.
Hikaru, once we drop off, you head straight back to Fang and help him.
Hikaru says nothing. No response whatsoever. 3, 2,
Do we see someone right there?
1. He launches up the side of the boat.
Okay.
And as he does, like the most premium game of Centipede you could possibly play, he makes a right angled turn, just coming over the edge of the boat, and rolls to the side. I want everyone to roll one singular d6. I just want to see who lands and who doesn't.
I really want to land on someone. Take them out immediately.
I got a 6.
It's a 1.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a 5.
Okay, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
So all of the waterbenders managed to land on their feet, but are like legs shaking. What just happened? How is this going? On a 5, Banji, you roll in, ready to engage with whoever you see first. Nuro, you're face first.
Yeah, I think potentially like nerves get the better of them as soon as they realize that they're actually going into a combat situation. So I think potentially like they
Actually, on a 1, you're still holding on to Hikaru.
Yeah.
You haven't quite come up yet.
Yeah, I think Nuro's frozen and they're just like
That being said, Tomo, on your 6, you, in classic Tomo fashion, are so ready, and you absolutely drop onto the first one, and they make 0 sounds as your tonfa hits the back of their head, and then they hit the deck from there.
Okay. Should I roll and assess or something to see what the next one is?
No, what we're going to do from here is that everyone is going to roll for their stances, please.
Okay.
Defend and maneuver, please.
All right.
Like Tomo's going to go advance and attack?
I will go evade and observe.
I'm going to roll first to see if I can do what I want. That's an 8. So I'm just going to use a basic defend and maneuver.
Sure.
I'm going to use seize a position. Move to a new location, engage and disengage with the foe, overcome a negative status. So I'm going to engage with the closest Fire Nation scout guy on the boat.
Absolutely. You do that. You take it by surprise. What type of position do you want on this person?
I will be positioned behind him, please. Ready to strike.
Snap his neck.
Okay. Yes, you are now moved up and ready to... So you've picked the closest one?
Yeah. So Banji kind of rolls off. He doesn't land as cool as Tomo, but he does turn his roll into momentum and just runs up and gets right behind the next guy, ready to strike.
Easy, good to go. Tomo, you're next with advantage and attack.
Advance and attack. So I'm going to strike. Strike a 4 within reach. So is there...
Oh, you will be within reach, I'm certain.
Somebody. Okay. All right. 8.
All right. You can definitely do that strike. What does this look like?
What do they look like? Like are they facing towards me?
They look like classic Fire Nation soldiers. They've got the armor, they've got the helmet.
Oh, so I meant like position-wise. Do they know I'm coming, or they still haven't spotted me yet?
At this point, they haven't spotted. Like at best, they're probably looking. Like some of them have turned to look at the head of Hikaru, who's going down the other side, and they haven't quite yet tracked the rest of the body yet.
Okay, so I land, take out one guy. I see the next guy. I whip out the other tonfa, throws it at him, stuns him for a bit, and then I flip up to him and finish him off with another tonfa and collect the first one.
Bang, bang.
Yep.
Done. I've got no issue with that. Yep, you have taken down 2 of these fools.
It's cleaning house.
It's cleaning house. You see the waterbenders begin to move up, and they, knowing that the length of this deck is particularly long, they start raising what looks like a wave, as though they run along with their arm outstretched just along the port side, and as they continue to move, they swing up with their arms, and these waves that almost look like water shock waves, only way to describe it, hit these Fire Nation troops and knock them overboard.
Cut to Minh looking at everyone through the spyglass. Man, they're really efficient over there.
Nuro.
I think they're like Hikaru's supposed to have left by now, so maybe he's just like what are you doing? Are you coming? Are you staying? So I think Nuro's just like, sorry, Hikaru, and like just really like shakily climbs down onto the railing, I think, and then looks out. And I am going to attempt to bolster or hinder, but I'm going to roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 9.
That looks pretty good from here.
Yeah. I'm going to try and bolster the waterbenders. So I think I just want to create kind of like a little bit of tendrils of water coming into the boat, and kind of I'm just trying to, if they suddenly don't have water in front of them kind of to continue on, I'm just gonna try and get that wave in there for them to either keep moving or enough to attack. Like if they're suddenly empty-handed, try and get some into their hands so that they can try and do something.
You've basically given them the favoured status there, because now they've got, in essence, 2 sources they can get from.
I'm trying to give them another.
Yeah. Sweet deal.
Yeah.
At this point, the troops that are remaining on board, there are still a couple floating about. Most of them are engaged or very, very close to being engaged, so no one is too far away. They begin to notice, and they are now assuming stances also. So, new round of combat. Who goes where?
I'm going to go defend and maneuver.
All right.
I'm going to go advance and attack.
Would go advance and attack.
All right. Does Minh Fang have a plan at all?
Yeah, Minh does. He's going to call out to Arturo. Fine, you can be captain for a moment. Turn the ship. I want a ramming strategy. Straight on, okay? I have an idea, and I'm going to run down to the like the ejecty thing. Like that Hikaru can open now.
Yes.
Where it puts like the pointy bit at the top facing down, and I'm gonna go down and like open that and stand on that. So like, if all else fails, we ram the ship and put a hole in it that way.
I think that you go to stand on it and you feel really proud of yourself as it's down, and you're like, yeah, this is good. And you walk out and you realize that, the hinges on this thing aren't as good as I thought they were. Ugh. This could go either way. This almost feels like a dice roll as to whether it's going to be any good or not.
Well, luckily it is a Hail Mary if all else fails moment. So
all right, you do see the ship begin to list, and you also hear Arturo grumpily saying, "I'm the captain. I make the decisions. They tell me what."
I run back up there. I'm like, okay, Hikaru, if by the time we get there it doesn't look like they've put a hole in the boat, we're putting a hole in it. But if they have, get off course and don't ram the ship. Does that make sense?
Arturo looks at you and goes, I'm not Hikaru. That's a bad plan.
You know what I meant. Dragon spirits are all the same. That's a lie. I'm sorry. That's
very reductive.
Yeah, so sorry.
All right. We flash back over to everybody. Nuro, you are first on defend and maneuver.
Okay. Is it okay to use retaliate even if no one's attacked you?
Well, the whole point of retaliate is that you're ready for them to attack.
Okay, great. Okay. I would like to... I'd like to use retaliate.
This is actually a perfect thing for you to use if you roll okay enough to do it.
Yeah. That's a 12.
A 12? Oh. Not only do you get to retaliate, you get to do something else from the defend and maneuver.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind refreshing my memory, how many enemies do we have on the playing field right now?
You can see that there are probably about 5 that you can see on the deck still.
Okay.
Give or take.
Okay, all right. So just knowing that those numbers are still there, I'm going to take a moment to stop helping the water benders, because I can probably feel them coming closer to me now.
That water's still there. It's not going away.
Yeah. But I'm just going to retaliate and steal myself. I think that just takes like a moment of the things that their friends have taught them, which is the breathe in and the breathe out, and kind of just stay with the motion. So I think I'm just I'm getting ready to any force that comes towards me, just give it back.
Ready and retaliate.
Yeah.
I love that immensely.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, we move to advance and attack. Banji, you're going first.
Roll. Oh no, that is a 4.
So you can shift your balance if you would really like to do a move away from center, and then you can do a basic one, or just whatever you were planning to do. Actually, you readied yourself, didn't you?
I was
Seized a position?
seized a position.
Yeah, I'm going to say with your seizing a position, that puts you to a basic maneuver.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I just want to strike. So I just want to basically the dude that's in front of me. I just like to beat him up.
Beat him up?
Yeah. And I'm going to mark a fatigue to. What I'm doing is because I know he's wearing Fire Nation Army uniform. I know where the weak points are, and so I'm just like 3 quick hits in like the neck, where they're kind of under the armor and the waist, and then
You find the sore spots.
yeah,
Yeah.
just make him hurt.
Yeah, this Fire Nation soldier crumbles.
Nice.
Goes down. That is absolutely fine and dandy. I think one of the Fire Nation troops, which is engaging or about to engage with the waterbenders, goes to raise an alarm. And Nuro, this is where your ready came in. You basically take some of the water that you just had floating about ready for other people, and you just whip it around with so much ease. It just circles, plonks them in the side of the head, they go down, and you have it back ready for them to use.
Amazing. Okay.
The waterbenders are also engaging in this melee, and all of a sudden there is a very small fracas, which the firebenders that are currently engaging with the waterbenders are not making enough noise to really make some sounds. They're more focused on their targets in front of them, and it's to say it's a stalemate isn't quite right, but they're sort of engaged pretty well right up until the waterbenders run out of water from their side, at which point the firebenders think that they've got it. And then all of a sudden, water comes from the other side. And Nuro, that was your last maneuver, like the maneuver from last turn. That readied water has bolstered them, and they're like, yes, we were absolutely ready to look like we were done. And they managed to
Nice.
get their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Tomo, what is your plan?
Who is left?
On deck, it doesn't look like there's anyone in particular that you can see.
Okay.
But absolutely, there will still be people up and about somewhere on the ship.
The helm, the tower that I can't reach physically. Are the lights on? Like can I see if there's somebody in there?
It's really hard to tell. You probably can get the idea that there is some sort of candlelight up there, but or lantern light. It is hard to tell though, because that's where the smokestack comes from. So there is some fire from the furnace coming up through as well.
Can I use pressure, but in like a narrative way?
What have you got in mind?
What I've got in mind is that there is a dude in front of me who I've just knocked out. So I want to pressure him by like picking him up, slap him in the face a bit, and I want to ask him how many's on board this vessel.
You can roll for that.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to work the way that you think it is, but we can see what happens.
All right, let's go. Okay. All right. That is so I made a mistake. Last time I added +1. I actually had +2 to my passion. So that is a 9.
9. Okay. Yes, this...
Where's the Joker? Where is he?
Where did that voice come from? Looks like a demon just entered the room.
That was that evil bear
awesome.
from your Krampus.
Sorry.
That was incredible.
No. That's the wrong Batman voice.
He comes around and he looks at you, and you ask the question, which is...
How many on board?
And he goes to raise a hand that looks like a number, and he lets off a bit of a spark before he falls unconscious again.
Okay, so even though I succeeded my roll, you made me fail in some way.
Correct. Because it's a partial success in terms of, from a narrative perspective, you rolled the middle. You got him up, and...
Okay.
So, with
Okay.
with
All
that,
right.
the deck is currently clear. You have made minimal noise, but there has been clearly some degree of at least a little bit of signal. It all comes down to who saw it and who's reacting. The waterbenders, they outline, now all we need is a hole in, and they point, like they walk over to the side of the ship and they say, if we can get a hole right here, we can do the rest.
Oh.
How far away is Minfag and our ship?
They are getting closer. They're probably what would be considered 2 rounds away.
Has it seemed like the ship changed its speed or adjusted itself? Like basically, does it feel like?
It's probably been about 30 seconds since the fracas began and finished.
So we need to put a hole in a certain area on the top deck.
No.
What did they say?
So they were saying on the side of the ship, they like roughly around that middle section.
Yeah.
They have outlined that if there is a hole somewhere about there-ish, then they will be able to pump water in and get ready to freeze it.
So we need to go below deck, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So I think Tomo nods, and he will gesture that he will take point and will lead them downwards.
Yeah. I think that you see Daj come in next to you.
Yep.
And as you're doing that lead through, he's right behind and he's gesturing which corridors to take because he roughly knows where they've got to get to. As Daj rounds a corner and he gets ready to move down away, one of the hatches opens and flings past. Actually cuts off the group. So I'd say that it was Tomo and the waterbenders on one side.
Yep.
And that'd be Banji and Nuro on the other side. You don't see people come through, but it looks like there's 2 or 3 that have just quickly thrown on their armor, unsure of what's going on. What do you do?
How close are they together? Like, am I able to like strike at one, make them topple back, and fall on the other one?
Yeah, 100%. If you roll well.
Okay, then. So let's go for that. Let's go for a tonfa to the throat.
Tonfa to the throat.
Yep.
Oh,
Good luck, buddy.
imagine anything worse.
I could see a 5.
The other one's not as good.
Well, that's okay. That's still an 8.
Yes, the first strike happens. I think that what I would say is this sounds familiar to Banji. You hear the strike of the tonfa. If you spend a fatigue, this is the balance I'm giving you.
Oh,
The boy has come prepared. With the strike of that tonfa, you think if you spend a fatigue to react a little bit faster, you think you could probably kick the door shut.
Oh, didn't you say that we got separated though?
Yeah, by this door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Definitely. Yeah, Banji would 100% just boot that door straight.
Yeah, mark the fatigue and the door, like your hit staggers them back. Then all of a sudden the door just slams shut. You see Banji's boot just stick in the air.
Tomo does a cut nod to Banji.
And one of the waterbenders just physically pulls the handle and just like a touch of water that they've still got just sort of dripping off them, freeze it in place. There you go.
Banji does a curt nod back to Tomo.
So Dad says, sounds like they're up. We got to move. And they start hustling. Minh Fang,
Yes.
you realize that you are getting very, very close to this other ship. From your vantage point, as you get closer and closer, even with the spyglass, you can't see what's happening on deck. You think that you see that they've managed to take everybody out, but at this exact point in time, there's a certain point where you're now lower than this ship, where you are.
Sure. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, as far as I can tell, it seems to be going well. So I'm gonna pull the spear. I'm gonna call it the spear. The spear back up, and I'm gonna get onto deck.
Is the Karo back in yet?
And interestingly enough, no. Okay. I think that in the fracas, you didn't see where Hikaru went.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll leave it open so Hikaru can get back in. I'll run up onto the deck and tell Arturo not to ram the ship because it seems to be going well. And then I'm going to wait till we get close enough so I can get up onto the deck with my rope. And then I've got an idea of what I want to do once I'm on.
Your biggest issue here, you absolutely can do that, but you realize that the ship is going very, very fast. And so...
Which ship?
Your ship.
Yep.
And so as you come in, you've got one chance to do this, and then the ship will basically sail past.
I'll go down and get one of the Water Tribe members and bring them up on deck, and I tell them to turn back around and help Arturo see the ship and get ready to pick us back up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Arturo gives us a look. It's like, that's a great plan.
Great. I will How high? How many more? Like, how high is it compared to where our ship is?
It is higher, but
Are we talking like 2 stories? You said it could hold like 300 people, right?
not the main. When you look at the command tower, that is very high. But no, this
Sure.
You have vaulted things with the rope this high before.
Great, excellent. Yeah, I'll get up onto deck. I can see the chaos on the deck.
Yeah, there are somewhere between 12 and 15 Fire Nation soldiers lying around.
Wonderful.
Because some of them went into the drink.
Can I see where these trebuchets are?
Yeah, there are 4 trebuchets all set along the forward section of this boat.
Great. I'm going to go up to the trebuchets and check what the ammo is.
Great call. You approach... roll assess the situation, actually.
That's a 6.
Okay,
I don't know. Apparently, I've never seen anything ever.
No, what happens here is that you come across and you're just like, oh, these are just standard rocks. This is fine. And as you sort of approach, you kick one of the levers without meaning to, which flings the trebuchet, and you
Wait, these were loaded and ready to go
yeah.
at night when no one's going to use them?
No, it makes sense.
Okay. That's
They didn't count for having been
all right,
FANG on
look,
board.
all I'm just saying is like no wonder the Fire Nation lose, right? Like,
Because they're so ready for people attacking them.
go on.
The one thing it doesn't do is set on fire. However, this whatever rock style, you can tell that there's some rock involved, but surely that's not all it is. It doesn't feel right for it just to be complete earth. But the trebuchet flings back, and as it does, the counterweight bangs with a very loud thud onto the deck.
Fool of a took. Fool of a fang.
Full of bang.
Fool of a fang.
Well, we're here now. Using that massive reverberation, I want to try and use Detect the Heavy Step.
Yes.
Because this is made out of metal and I'm standing on it, so it's going to be easier to do, surely. And I want to... it is a combat move. I can't use it outside of combat. So it's up to you whether or not you let me do
No,
it.
I want you to do this as a combat move.
Great. So it is a defender maneuver, which I need to roll for first of all, and I need to get I believe, a 10 plus to be able to use it.
A 10 plus.
Yep.
I believe in you.
6, 8, passion, no,
Can you mark a fatigue and get
9.
it?
No, because it's just a mixed success.
Yeah.
So 7 to 9. Oh no, I can use 1 practice technique. Great. Yep, I do it.
Oh, you can do... Okay, sorry. For some reason, I thought it was a 10 that you go from...
Yeah, so did I.
things.
Nope.
Carry on.
7 to 9. You can use 1 practice technique. Great.
Carry on.
Do it.
This works really well for you. You don't get a sense of the ship in the way that you're expecting. You do feel that something is entirely off. And in doing so, you turn around and you see coming from above you at the lookout tower, there is a firebolt headed directly for you. And using your Detect the Heavy Step, you step out of the way with almost a polished ease. It felt like it was second nature, but you realize that there is now someone up there and watching you. And they have the high ground.
So, sorry, just to be clear, I felt them do the move that shot the fire, and that's how I was able to dodge it?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Below deck, the covert operations group, which is becoming less covert by the second, runs into the room that looks like it's some sort of storage room. You predict that there's probably going to be more things in here when the place is fully loaded. And Dad looks at a wall and he says, right there, if we can make even a small hole there, we are good to go.
What about a big hole, Dad?
I mean, the bigger the better.
Step back, everybody. And
He's being serious, fellas. Maybe.
are we do I need to roll for this? I like to... Is this the walls can't hold me moment?
Is it a wall?
It's
Can it hold you?
it's a
Are you me?
I think it's a wall.
I think it's a wall.
I think
right?
it's a wall.
It's a wall, right?
I think it's a wall.
Hey, bro, I think it's a wall. Look at that smile.
Are you on my side? I can't tell.
I am.
Tomo breathes in. He goes into a wide stance. And here we go.
That was like spinning
One
tops over
spinning.
here.
Nice.
That is
That would be an 11.
Just describe this for me, please, Tomo.
Tomo adopts a wide stance. His fist goes to the side. He focuses not only on releasing energy, but also to direct it in a frontal arc as best as he can. Because up to now, it's just sort of been a radius. Breathes in, and the release, the arm shoots into like forward. Even though like they're not physically doing anything, it just sort of helps him direct that motion. And
It punctures like a massive pile-driving jackhammer. It just blasts almost a complete cylindrical hole straight out. You look down and you realize that you are right on water level. Like the second you do that, there is just a very, very thin puddle that begins to pull around your feet. This is the exact spot. You realize that they are right. This is the exact spot of buoyancy. You don't know the rest of the layout of the ship, but you get the impression that wherever you are, this is of structural importance. And the waterbenders make quick work of this. With that hole, it does not take them long in any way, shape, or form to draw in the moisture they need. 3 of them bring the water in, while 2 of them begin to freeze it down. And before long, it almost looks like a snow globe of ice just cascading and moving around and tumbling until you realize they're leaving gouges in the walls. Rivets in the side paneling are popping through, and it's just expanding and expanding until eventually it looks like one giant, ugly old ice block just sitting in the middle of the ship. And they say, good news, bad news. This ship's going down. Bad news is, I imagine there's going to be a lot of people waiting for us. We flash back up to the top of the deck. Minh, Fang, you are staring down this person that is staring at you. You get the impression from currently where they are standing, they are some degree of commander of this vessel. That's about all you can tell, and they look like they're gearing up to attack you yet again.
Wait, so they're still upstairs?
They are still upstairs, and they have some height on you.
Okay, well, I'm just going to lay the situation out from Minh's perspective. He's standing by, he's like the only one on the deck that he's been getting shot fire at from a tower. And he has at his disposal 4 trebuchets worth of just plain rock in a target-rich environment. So I'm going to... I'm actually going to roll with heritage, if I could.
It will cost you a fatigue, but you can.
I'm going to mark the fatigue and roll. And I'm going to try and live up to my principle of heritage.
Okay.
With all this raw rock around me, just in big ammunition balls. So it's a +1. Yeah, never mind.
No, describe what you do and I'll describe what happens.
Minh very confidently lunges forward and does a very impressive arm movement, kind of like a pinwheel, ending with a stamp and like a double fist thrust forward to launch one of these giant trebuchet balls up into the tower, just ruining it. But that's not what happens.
Well, it is what happens.
He does it, but
it is exactly what happens. And you realize that as the ball is partway through, the big chunk of metal that's on the inside of it comes crashing back down to the ship, and a few superficial, pebbly rock type bits ricochet relatively harmlessly off the top section. And you hear a cackle of laughter before a big old fireball comes down your way. And this one does, in fact, get you. I'm going to get you to mark a condition for me, please.
Insecure.
That makes sense.
As a person and Minh.
It's about this time that you feel the boat almost immediately list to the side.
I think I hear the sound of combustion bending and like, oh, okay, we're done. All right.
Let's go back down below deck. What is your exit strategy, everybody? I think that Dad looks at you and is like, we Okay, full disclosure, this is why we failed last time. We didn't have an exit strategy.
Tomo, so there's a hole inside the ship now? Or
It is now completely covered and full with ice.
It's
Matter of fact,
completely
the
iced up.
boat has begun to list. It's now angling downwards. You would be well and truly underwater.
Right. I've been in a lot of Fire Nation ships, and they always carry at least one sort of lifeboat with them. I think if we can make it there, we can maybe use that to get off and get back to our ship.
Yeah, it's the getting back part, because there's going to be a lot of panicked Fire Nation soldiers coming out of their bunks wondering what's going on.
Is there another section that I can blow open, like on the side of the ship?
Oh, 100%.
Because what I'm thinking is that I blow through the hole. Nuro, you still have your call from afar. Mm-hmm. Can you call to Hikaru to come pick us up? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Is that not something Banji could just do?
Oh, is that...
Technically, yes.
I can know where he is, but I can't call him.
You got connections. You got tricks.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so what if you get the Uber? I'll blow.
Well, he's a blue dragon, so it's a bloober.
Nice.
Yeah. This one is going to cost you, though. 2 in a row.
That's fine. I think Tomo is feeling incredibly cocky. Like, he's invigorated. Like, this is the... Like, he has combustion bended in an intentional way to achieve an intentional result with no collateral. Like he's feeling really confident here.
This is definitely going to cost you, but I'd like you to roll with passion to see how much it costs you. Oh, the kiss of the dice.
Oh, no.
That's a 2 and a 2.
Shifted my balance. Wait, no, you're making me...
Can we
you're
help?
costing
Can
me.
we- can
Sorry?
I help in some way?
Not on this one.
At the moment, this is a 6.
Yeah, it's staying a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Kiss of death.
mark your, because it's normally 3 fatigue to do one of these, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, I think that's what we said previously.
So you're marking that 3 fatigue, but
Yep.
you, in your cocky motion, you didn't ground yourself properly.
yes.
And so as much as you blast a hole in a section that would make for a good escape, you also blast yourself backwards and you crack your head against the back wall. Mark a condition as well.
Can we say that Sooty softens my blow?
No.
I'm kidding. Why would I do that?
obliterated.
Sooty is currently sitting on the other ship
That's
looking
right.
through the spyglass.
Safe and
goes,
sound, just to be sure, people. I'm
Glad that wasn't me.
Yeah. So three fatigue and a condition, you say?
3 fatigue and a condition.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you get for a two combustion bends and a big old failure in the process.
Yep. Cool.
Banji, what does this look like in terms of something Hikaru? You get the impression, you realize, I think you see the ship go past, the door's still down. You're like, well, Hikaru's still around.
Yeah, all right. He's still waiting for us. Okay, so the pathway, are we just going up, or do we kind of...
So,
how does it work?
Yeah, to describe this one, the ship has begun to list. So the first hole was angled directly at the water. This time round, though, Tomo has launched it a little bit further up. Dad has given him the right sort of angle, and pretty well it's a hole what would normally be above you, but as the ship begins to move, you realize it's sort of getting ready to hit that water level.
Yep, cool. So I'm just going to run up. I guess it's on an angle up to the deck or outside. Or is it kind of like...
Oh, no, you're well and truly below deck. This is, you are currently in a room on the ship,
Right.
or you can be out in the water.
Right, but there's a hole onto the outside.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to shoot a firework. Going to firebend and make it a firework outside. Because I'm like, summoning Hikaru. Hikaru, go! Colin the Bloober.
In astounding speed.
An almost imperceptible amount
An
of time.
almost imperceptible amount of time passes, and you see Hikaru's head stick through the hole and see that it's all of you lot, and goes,
Good boy.
in a big wisp of smoke, and then slithers is the best word to use. Slithers around so that, like, there is now an easy access onto his back.
Yeah, and Banji's standing there at the hole. He's like, go, 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 go.
Enemies everywhere!
I think that it's about this time that you start Star Wars Stormtrooper style. You start seeing the laser bolts go pew, 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 like around you, as they're not quite hitting you, but you just manage to duck your way out using the Force or whatever other process we're doing.
Well, it's like if they're getting close, Banji like firebends them out of the way. He's like,
Yeah.
They're shooting fire. He's bending it out of the way.
Nice.
And
Cool.
is Tomo out or?
I think I'm just staggering and
staggering. Okay, I guess
I think the waterbenders have picked him up.
Okay,
Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you absolutely
am I conscious or not conscious?
you're dazed.
Okay,
Like
right. That's fine.
you've given yourself a good old like you'll see in combustion stars.
Yep.
Back on deck.
Sooties.
Back on deck, Minfang.
Well, this is a lost cause. I know there's not enough room on Hikaru. Where is our ship in relative to me?
It is beginning to wheel back around. It's not immediately next to the ship, but it's it's a swimmable distance.
I mean, just to clarify on that, you said 8, right? So there's 3 of us and 4 waterbenders. So
There's five.
Oh, we took 5.
5.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to earthbend some of that rock that fell off the iron ball. I assume it's coal now, if they needed to set fire to it. I'm gonna, earthbend some of that coal and run towards the side of the ship, and I'm going to do defend and maneuver to do dust stepping, to literally jump along some coal as I earthbend it and like try and dive into the water, just get a bit.
I think that's a great move.
So sick.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's a 7 with focus. Ooh. So it's a 7.
Okay.
But yeah, I will use dust stepping.
Yeah.
Favored and prepared, it's relevant. But yeah,
Basically, I think you spend that favored and prepared pretty well immediately to get as much distance as you possibly
well, if
can.
you're serious about that, then I get another move because that's what prepared does.
Well, I was going to do a thing.
Okay.
You know, like
I'm just letting you know.
if you got another move, you can do it.
No.
But he wants the option.
I think that basically we see a slow motion run as some of these, as this person that's up on this lookout continues to launch shots of fire at you. And you realize that as they do, whatever this is incredibly combustible. And you we go into that slow motion mode as you turn around and fling out your hands. And in just a scatter shot of flaming coal bits as you leap backwards into the water, this just comes up and just like a cluster bomb just hits that top section and it almost comically explodes, and we hear a Wilhelm scream as he dives from the top of the tower into the water. You land and you realize that the boat, the distance that you got with this dust stepping, you are very, very close. As you see Hikaru fly.
I'll start swimming.
I mean, if we see him, Nuro would definitely like to help him try and get onto that.
Yeah, how does Nuro help?
I think I see men in the water down there, and I think just looks to the waterbender and is like, "Help me out, fellas!" And I think we just want to create like a gentle wave that pretty much just carries him up onto the boat.
Yeah,
really gentle.
Yeah, you see them do.
I'm seeing like a Venus de Milo kind of moment from Minfang. You're riding on this wave, hair perfectly.
I don't know when, I don't know how.
And a clamshell just comes up.
I retract everything I was going to say. That's exactly how it goes. And you wash, all of you either wash into the deck or onto... Actually, no, I think Hikaru just lands straight on the deck.
Yeah.
Hikaru comes and lands on the deck, and Minfang, you are raised out of the water in this Messiah-like fashion. And you look and you see that the couple of life vessels have fallen off the side of this prototype ship. And the Fire Nation soldiers that are capable manage to pull the ones that are less capable into these lifeboats. And they start launching Semafire up, Marky and SOS, while others shake their fist at you like a group of hooligans. And you hear Dad start laughing. He goes, "The world is safer yet again."
The Book of War is Lucas Lee as Tomo, Georgie Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself Jesse Thomas as Minh FANG, and Ash Cooper as our Game Master, Grand Master of the White Lotus. Our theme song and outro, as well as Banji and the Dragons theme, is by Matt Harrison, and additional sound effects and music are from zapsplat.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram just by searching The Book of War and Avatar Legends Real Play, or you can go straight to our website at thebookofwarpodcast.com. I'm sure you're aware if you're not already, but we have a Patreon, and for $5 a month, our Patreons get access to awesome limited content, including reading the Book of War, sort of like an after-show director's commentary thing, a couple of one-shots, but also now, not only do the Patreons get a say in what they're making, they have actually made us record our prequel episodes for each of the PC characters. Now, these aren't necessary to enjoy the show, they're just additional add-ons and information about the characters that we all love so dearly, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, come on over. For $5 a month you get access to all of these, and yeah, you're just coming to support the show and helping us put it out. You also get access to some pretty funny blooper reels that Georgie started putting together for me, which is wonderful. Next episode will be out on June 15th, so we will see you then.
Occurs to me that I have
Defend
the
and
wrong tablet.
maneuver. I did say that earlier.
Sorry. It's a clean cut now, though.
I'm going to go defend and maneuver.
I got it with the last one.
I'm going to go evade and observe. I'm going to go evade and observe.
I'm going to go defend and maneuver.
Red 5 standing by.
This would be good at the end of the episode.
I'm going to advance and attack.
What are you doing?
I know you.
Sorry. Wait. What do I need to say?
No, nothing.